Good morning, everybody. Let me get my camera set up. I don't have my glasses on. I can't see. Oh gosh, ignore what a hot mess this is already. Okay. Let me put my contacts in so I can see what I'm doing.
Do I have water left?
Yeah, but not a lot. Okay. Also, guys, I'm going to start reading Salem's Lot soon. I got this from my dad off his bookshelf when I was home. Because as I have mentioned before, I've recently gotten like more into Stephen King, and so I mentioned it to Dad while I was home for like spring break. I was like, yeah, like, I'm getting like more into Stephen King, so like I went through like your bookshelf and I picked up Salem's Lot. And he was like, okay, like, sounds good to me, like I don't really care. Just don't read it at night, ha ha ha. I was like, oh, like I read The Shining at night. And he was like, you what? I was like, yeah, you know. Which, like, it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna scare myself and read The Shining at night because I have some kind of death wish. No, it was just like, oh, this is what I'm reading and I'm awake, so I'm gonna read. Which also, like, I'd seen the movie before, and so, like, I, to an extent, knew what I was getting myself into. And I was like, okay, like, I'll just read The Shining. I have no idea I had no idea what Salem's Lot was about. It's like, I've heard it before, which means that it's probably good because it's popular. So I'll read it. Picked it up, brought it up here to Tennessee with me, and I was like, oh, I should probably read, like, the synopsis on the back. Let me read this to you. Salem's Lot. The town knew darkness, but no one dared talk about the high, sweet, evil laughter of a child. ... And the sucking sounds. ... And so I'm like, what did I just pick up? What is this? Like what? What is this? What is this? So now I flip open to a random page. I'm never gonna be able to find it again until I actually read the thing. But I can't even make this up. I accidentally flipped to the page with this on it. Like, I flipped to the page that the, like, inscription on the back comes from. Vampiric children. That's what this is. I have no idea what to expect. Vampiric children. Okay. I don't really know. Because, like, I wasn't even scared to start The Shining. I was like, okay, like, this is gonna be good. And, like, I've also read Carrie after I did the show. And so I was like, okay, like, I know what to expect. Vampiric children. What do I expect from that? I don't know. I don't know that I want to know. Like, I don't know. And I read, like, the first, like, 3 pages. And all I got out of that was man and boy. Man has strange obsession with Salem's Lot from far away. Boy refuses to talk about it and has nightmares. But yeah, I haven't even started reading it yet, and it scares me. I feel like that's not a good sign. I feel like that's not a good sign at all. But oh my goodness. I feel like if I read this, I could read anything. Being so for real. Vampire children, like, who thinks of that? Like, I love you, Stephen King. I have since learned that you are alive. I love you, Stephen King. You're great. I actually don't know if he's alive. Whatever, it doesn't matter. That was not my proudest moment. I have since learned that you are still alive. There's no chance that you will ever see this. But if for some reason you do, I love you. You're great. You kind of scare me. Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great. Anyways, You want a skincare routine? Just say the word. What about my book? There it is. Was that what I wanted to Google? I don't know. How many books has Stephen King written? At least 70. I feel like there should be an actual number. 65 novels / novellas, including 7 under a pen name, and over 200 short stories. That's crazy, though. Like, that's insane. Now, I was trying to figure out when this copy of Salem's Lot came out, because it's obviously not, like, the first edition. Because on the front, like, the very, very front page, it lists other books. Okay, the It book came out in 86. Which means that this copy was printed in 86. Hold on. No. Yeah. My father has had this book for like 40 years. That's crazy. I'm not trying to turn into a booktuber, guys. I promise. This is just where my mind is at recently. It's okay. Everything's fine. But while we're on the topic of books, I'm also reading You've Reached Sam for the 3rd time. Well, I've never successfully completed it. Because the first time I was reading it that scared me. First time I was reading it online, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this so much, like I have to read like the physical book. So then I bought it. Started reading it the summer after I graduated high school. And was like, this is way too depressing for my mindset right now. Because I was moving away from home. And, you know, I don't know if you've read the book or know what it is, but it's essentially Julie and Sam dies before chapter 1. Yeah. And so I was like, I can't deal with feelings of loss right now when I'm about to move away. I just can't do it. So I got like 2 chapters in and was like, no more. I'll read this later. Started it again in like January, February, and every single time I pick it up to read it, makes me want to cry. And I'm like, I can't do that. I mean, I can, but like, it's devastating. Like, the whole thing is just absolutely devastating. And I'm like, why would I put myself through that? But it's also like really, really good. Whatever. So, these are the 2 books that I'm reading right now. Could not be more opposite. Vampiric Children, loss. That's pretty much all I have to say today, actually. Hopefully this wasn't too boring. I don't know. I was just in the mood to talk, so here we are. Peace out.